We purchased 4 of these Samsung Plasma power supply boards in as-is condition. The part number is BN44-00447A, and we're gonna check them out, see what's wrong with them, and see if we can fix them. One of the most common failures we see are gonna be cracked solder joints on these, and typically it's gonna be around these transformers, and we can see there's actually quite a bit of heat stress right there. Looking at it under the microscope, we can tell there's definitely been some burning. So let's flip it over to the other side and take a look. Looking at some of these pins, they actually look okay. This is one of the first transformers at the top of the board, or sorry, I guess bottom of the board since it's flipped over. And this one also looks okay. Coming over here, we can actually see this one right here is got a pretty bad crack all around. So this one will need to be reflowed. And if we keep moving down, these two are okay. But when we get to over here, that's the browning we saw on the top side. So we're definitely gonna, look at that. Wow, we need to fix that. All right, and looking at the other side of the transformer, it actually looks pretty decent. This one looks like we got some cracks going on, maybe a little bit starting here. We'll need to reflow that. This one also looks like it could be the beginnings of a crack. So we'll reflow that. And I think the rest is okay. The rest is okay. We're gonna reflow all of them just to be safe. But that's the first board. Taking a look at the second board. The first one we had a lot of browning here. The second one, the browning's occurring over here. So same thing, let's check it out on the other side. So looking at the bottom transformer, again, that one looks okay. The smaller one also looks okay. And then here we are. We have 2 fairly obvious cracked solder joints here. And the pin is completely loose. There's no contact whatsoever here. So both of these will need to be resoldered. And going down. So these are the 2 pins, I believe, over here on the other one that were completely burnt. On this one, they're okay. Same thing, we're still gonna reflow all of it just to be sure. And then the other side. All right, yeah, this one over here just looks kind of weird. I think it's okay technically, but same thing, we'll reflow it. All right, and that all looks okay. Now, looking at this fourth one, it looks like we have a lot of browning, and this time on both of those transformers. So let's see what it looks like on the other side. Again, starting at the top, looks okay. Smaller one also looks okay. And over here, we do see the browning, the darkened part here, the burnt of the copper, but it looks like someone reflowed this already. So this one might actually be working, but I do not trust someone else's work on this. They put a lot of solder. It's a huge blob, kind of an unnecessary amount. So I'm just gonna redo that just to be sure. And then same over here. We can see there's some browning here from the heat stress. So we'll go ahead and redo these joints as well. And then this joint next to it did not get reflowed, so we'll want to do that. And again, the other side looks good. All right, so it looks like the hot side is the AC side, is the one that's typically mostly affected over the cold side, which is the DC side. This is something I'm noticing. And then finally, this last one is, I don't see any heat stress anywhere. Looks pretty good. Let's check out the back side though. And the bottom transformer looks good as always. The small one also looks good. And then these two. So actually this one's looking pretty good. And then same with this one. I'm not necessarily seeing any cracks or the beginnings of a crack. Yeah, the pins are definitely solid. They're not moving like the other one. Well, obviously we'll still reflow, and add some more new fresh solder, leaded solder. Instead of showing you the repair on all 4 boards, we're just gonna do the worst one of them all. And it's this one with the burn marks. So we're gonna start off with some cleaning, get rid of all the char. And then secondly, we're gonna go ahead and remove some of the solder, the old solder. So I'm going to use the desolder wick and my iron, and I'm actually going to add a little flux first. Whoa, forgot my vacuum or fume extractor. So I'm going to start by exposing some of the copper. I'm going to use the little Dremel tool we have to remove that top layer. Now the copper that we typically would be soldering to is kind of melted away. Well, not really melted, but burnt away, I guess. And then I'm going to use our fiberglass scratch pen to clean up the rest. And we'll do the same to the other joint. Our next step is going to be to tin everything. So I'm going to start by tinning the leg of the transformer. Then we'll go ahead and tin the pads. Perfect. Now to bridge the gap, what we're going to do is we're going to use the legs of a capacitor, and I'm going to wrap it up just around the transformer. So the smaller leg of the capacitor is going to wrap around the transformer leg, and then we're going to solder it all up together. So I just formed a little hook. We're going to go ahead and solder that down. And then I'm going to cut that off right there. And then we're going to just solder the rest. And we should get good flow. And that should close that gap up for us. All right, we'll go ahead and do the same to the other one. Actually, I just realized I'm going to want to have that one come over here this way at this angle. And I'm also realizing that I'm much too high on the leg of the component. I gotta go lower. There we go. So the leg of the capacitor was like 1/8 of an inch above the actual circuit board. And same thing, now we're just gonna go ahead and flood it with lots of solder. And there we go. The rest we're just gonna reflow, remove all the old solder, same process. It'll be a little easier. We just won't be bridging it with the capacitor leg afterwards because I don't have any missing copper anywhere else. But there we go. If you've enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful or useful, leave us a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.